So in teamwork also, women really add a lot and bring a lot to the table. And I think last but not the least, I think job satisfaction. They're never complaining about their job. At the end of the day, they are in the position they are because they actually enjoy working at the place. And we're a huge asset to your organization. I think all of you should be more inclusive and not just a lot of talk you hear in a lot of organizations saying we're going to embrace inclusivity, we're going to have a lot more women, but let's look at representation, let's look at numbers, and I think you have it in plain clear words.
Right.
We're just not doing enough.
Right, moving from me to we, very interesting perspective, Franchna.
Okay. See, data she's already spoken about, so I will not go there. I'm talking about myself, I'm very hardworking and very responsible. So, yes, if you look at it, why women are so responsible and why you see more success stories when they're working and when they're leaders is that we are trained like that. Our orientation is like that. And sometimes we start our journey because of pure economic reason, because we have to support the families. And because we have to support the families, we work very hard and very serious about it. From taking care of children, motherhood, families, it's a big responsibility we carry on our shoulders. And we take the same mindset to our businesses. And that's one of the reasons why we are so damn serious. I can actually taking a liberty in talking on all women behalf that it is the unfortunate part that we were never got the good opportunities many years before, but now things are changing. And I see that many women coming forward and working and taking the lead to the next level. I think the only thing is probably what happens, we become so serious that we don't bring in the humor to the business. And that's what it is I try to do it.
Sure.
Good afternoon, everyone. Taking it forward from the other two speakers, it's the conviction and also, the genes that a lead carries, that responsibility and the desire to do things, which really matters, and that's when she puts her best foot forward and takes things forward.
Sure. You spoke about genes, right? So what are these innate characteristics that women have when it comes to leadership that probably men are missing out on? Multitasking. How many of you feel women are the best multitaskers? Yeah, that's overwhelming, yes.
Multitasking, you're doing the best for every single one. That's not just multitasking on a general basis. But talking about genetics, as I said again, we're so not focused on just improving ourselves, it's also about everyone else, because at the end of the day, when we say multitasking, it's only possible because of our ecosystem. It's made possible by our mothers, our fathers, our husbands, and our peer group, who make it all possible for us to do all the things that we can.
We're talking about women entrepreneurs as
man at that time. But I can understand people from those who are not from the privileged background. It's a challenge for them to come to a mainstream and set up something for yourself. But in my world, when I see that, for me there is really genuinely no difference between a man and a woman when you come to work. You were just seriously performing at that time. So those who are serious performers, be it any gender, will take the economy to the next level. That's the whole idea. But yes, we need to give more opportunities to women so they come forward, they bring in the change. We see a change in economy, we see change the world, how the world moving. One probably big change would I see happen is that when women come in, you're discounting my hard work by putting into a bracket of women entrepreneur. Why? At my level, I think the first thing awards should be out of women entrepreneur. It should be just entrepreneur of the year award. That should happen. The first will become equal player there. Number two, it's only at my level I'm talking about, but there is a world which exists where we need to empower women. They need this kind of a support as a woman entrepreneur. So of course there are various, government has come with various schemes also which they get the benefit out of it. Let it be there, I'm not saying that. But beyond a point, it should be completely out. Same level play for a man and a woman, because we work equally hard as a man does. But why there's a woman entrepreneur, I haven't figured it out. Though I have also received multiple awards like that. So this is my opinion now. Over the period of time, you do become wise and you understand that. For me, I'm okay with the idea of same level play, but for many women, it may not be. So let them come this level, and then should be completely out of it. That's how I look at it, women entrepreneur, in terms of awards and everything else. But yes, in our country, there's lots of struggles out there, from financially backward class to religion to caste. There's so many problems are anyways there. If we, the little bit of support which we have, like as a woman entrepreneur, whatever benefits we get, why not? Let it continue for some time for them, and I'm sure in coming years we'll be out of this women entrepreneur and we'll be just entrepreneurs.
We are evolving, that's the good news.
And as Ranjana was mentioning, there are so many women who don't get an equal playing field. Reservations, right? So some people do really need, and really deserving people need that leg up, and nothing wrong with the category. As I said, we take it positively. And
We have Women Entrepreneur Awards later. Just letting you know. Alright, with that I'll move to the audience. We have about 10 minutes. This is the best time for you to talk to the women out here, get answers to whatever is going on in your mind. Yes, Karthik. Can we have the mic, please? Karthik, shout it out. I'll repeat the question for everyone's benefit. Yeah.
Alright, so the question is pretty straightforward. I've gone through a lot of women entrepreneurs in life and all those things, and I've seen the success ratio to almost to be 100%. And I feel one important reason which can separate them is they have an amazingly high level of emotional intelligence. So how do you get that? How do you manage that?
Karthik is confused right now. He's like,
he just gave us a big compliment and then.
yeah, EQ over IQ. Where does it come from? Yeah, that's a good question. Give Karthik a round of applause. That's a question a lot of men wanted to ask, so you're representing us. Yeah. Where do you get it from?
I guess genetics, chromosomes.
There should be something which we
No, I'm just kidding. So society shapes you, right? Who you are and what you become. At the end of the day, environment has a lot to play with it. And as women, as I say, if, I hope that it evolves to where men also can be equally comfortable being emotional at the end of the day. Because today, if boy starts crying, what is the first thing we say? Don't cry like a girl or something like that, right? Something negative like that. So it should be okay to cry. It should be okay to emote, and it should be okay to say that I'm not okay. I need help. So and we're actually lucky like that. So I always say there's always a flip side and a good side to being a woman entrepreneur. That's one of the first things. See, I have no ego. I'll just go and ask people for help, and people are more than willing to help. But the guys always have that little, like that small thing that holds them back. Like asking for directions on the road if you're lost. Similarly, and it makes it easier for women. So, and I think it's a little bit of the environment, a little bit genetics.
It's more of conditioning, right? So men can cry. That's the moral of the story. That's how we'll become better in business. Yes, it's time to emote. Questions, please. Raise your hands. We'll come to you. I'm Shafi. Yes, sir. Should.
I have a lady receptionist in my clinic. So I'm a dentist basically. So I have a lady receptionist in my clinic. In all the other ways, she's very good. As in like talking to people, receiving my patients, everything. But one problem what I have is absenteeism. So she takes off when she's not feeling well. She takes off when her kid is not feeling well. She takes off when her husband is not feeling well. To the same extent, I can understand. But what happened is, she asked me for an off for next month. The reason was her her brother-in-law's wife was delivering a baby. So she's not able to take care of her kid, so she's taking off. So how do we handle this? Or even if I could empathize all these things, and I have tried my best to give the maximum permissible holidays for her, but still if she's going more than that, how do I handle this?
You need to take care of her kid. Yeah, please.
I get this constantly. So, as a woman, if I don't turn up for a wedding, for a thing, I constantly get so much. They don't understand that work comes first. For men, work can come first, but for women, it's still not that acceptable in society. I constantly get a lot of flack from this, for not turning up at functions or not, doing my bit to go and visit the 101 births and deaths. It's very important, but in time, not on the day off. I can do it 2 days, but no, it's not acceptable. So honestly, I empathize with her because a lot of pressure, like lots of times, I'm actually pushing myself to go and turn up at these functions because, I feel pressured. I'm being honest, and I'm a liberated woman who stands up and says no, and I'm finding it really hard to say no. And I always, a lot of stigma at work also hiring women. For example, women who are about to get married, or lots of times, lots of people don't hire women who've just been married, saying, oh, they'll take off a maternity leave. So what I always tell in my organization, I think a few of my colleagues are here who work with me, and they will wholeheartedly back me up. So when I hire a young lady, I always tell her, listen, you're not just representing yourself, but a whole bunch of women who are suffering because of the trend we've set in the past. So if you're going to take off, if you're going to do this, then do a complete KT before you leave. Be responsible about the way you leave a situation. Don't just quit. Don't just say, I'm getting married tomorrow, I have to, that's it. I'm not giving you a notice period of, say, whatever the notice period, 1 month, 2 months. Be responsible, because at the end of the day you're setting a trend, and people are going to discriminate because we give them reason to. So let's not give them a reason to. Be a little bit more responsible on how you conduct yourself in your workplace. Sure. I constantly counsel a lot of my female colleagues, and tell them this all the time. And whoever I hire new, I actually speak to them about this, because I get very upset when they actually irresponsibly leave, because I say you're not just representing yourself but all of womankind. So.
Can I private?
Yeah, please.
Okay, next time. Can I answer you now?
Yeah.
Meet the husband, please, and give him, just counsel him. Really, because if he is counseled well and say these are the job responsibilities, because husband really has to support and say you are not attending any of the family functions, not going out anywhere, she look to perform better, but that doesn't happen in our society. The pressure is so damn high of performing at the workplace, at home also, being a nice daughter-in-law, nice mother, everything put together, and a good employee. Asking for too much, isn't it? Just call her husband next time and take his interview also.
My friend is wondering now what he needs to do. You want to try this? His husband, okay, I'm getting confused. But yeah, someone's going to get a call tonight, for sure. Okay, we have time for 2 more questions. Yes, sir.
Sanjana said,
yeah.
When the woman shouts, we take it negative in the Pomla Serilla. So see, in a positive note I'm saying,
the same women, when she orders, the impact is more than a man. Is it true? That's why the women entrepreneurs are successful. Do you agree with that?
Come again, sorry, didn't get it.
Rephrase, please.
So,
No, the society says when a woman shouts, they take it negative in the Pomla Serilla. When you take it in a very positive note, when a woman orders or when she says something, the impact is, madam sollitaanga kandipa seyum, than a man. So that's why the women, the rate of successful
is that the only thing, that because we speak, because we are women and we speak like that?
No, the way, really, the result is more when a woman says.
No, I wish it were true. Rajnikant சொன்னார் ஒரு தடவை சொல்ற நாங்க 100 தடவை சொல்லுங்க சார், not ஒரு தடவை.
Thank you.
I think he's trying to say whenever his wife shouts, he listens. It's a personal question actually. Yeah.
Actually there's another thing also, when in my organization, it's all blue collar employees, 90%, because in a restaurant space you find blue collar employees. Now imagine you have to go down to their level, and women don't abuse. For a man it's perfectly fine to use an abusive language, which we don't do it. Sometimes it is so damn difficult how to go to their level and make them understand what I'm trying to say. And I have to speak multi-language, by the way, from Bihari to Odisha to Tamil to everything. Sometimes it can become chaotic also. Yes, at the other side of it, when we speak with a lot of conviction, the works gets done. It's not that won't get it done, but yes, and especially when they see you in action, you're actually performing well. They see a success. They start believing you more. So they definitely they listen to you at that time. Yes.
please do one something.
Panna mudiyadhu.
Okay, one last question before we wrap this up. Yes, ma'am, please.
I simply love this panel, the composition of this panel, diverse perspective. Thank you so much, ma'am. And just one, the top best 3 qualities for a successful entrepreneur, woman entrepreneur.
It's the same for all.
Patience, patience, patience. Three top qualities. I'm being honest when I say that. So, because everything happens in time. There's always the right time, right place, and timing is everything. So I say, wait for it patiently, and it happens. And make it happen. Action rather than just talking a lot. So I think. And third thing is self-belief. And you have to really, really believe in yourself and your goal, and you really have to want it really, really badly. Maybe if men want it really badly, we need it like really, really, really badly to be able to get to our goals. So because we have a lot more hurdles that we need to cross, honestly speaking. And yep, that's it. Patience, perseverance, and hard work.
Thank you.
Yes. And for me, it's actually a sync between what we think, what we speak, and what we do. The day we have these three sync, I think nobody can stop us. This is what I strongly believe in. I try and do that in my space also. And she's already said patience. I don't have patience, really. I have to go, and the ambition still stay there, And when she says belief, I believe self-motivation. Nobody can do anything if you don't decide for yourself. Keep yourself self-motivated. Being a man or a woman, it same goes for all. There's no gender difference there.
I would just like to add quality to whatever you try to do, whether it's a service or a product. Try to stick to quality at all levels. You will have, you will have the winning end.
Sure. I just have one question. You said you loved the panel. That includes me also, right?
Yes, certainly.
Okay, we're going to wrap this up. Parting shot, one advice to entrepreneurs. I'm going to move away from women entrepreneurs breaking the shackles. One advice to entrepreneurs out here.
Just do it, guys. Stop the overthinking it. Just do it. That's it. Jump in there and get your hands dirty. Ideas are ideas. And I always say there's somebody who I really look up to and admire. He says, logic gets you from point A to point B. Imagination gets you everywhere.
Wow, give her a round of applause.
For me, there's no compromise to hard work, to be very honest. That's the only takes you forward. Rest, nothing is in your hand. Just keep going there, and I'm sure you'll live your dreams one day.
I would like to say each one of us can dare to dream and try to get there. Have a roadmap to it, try and experience it or read about it, talk to mentors, have your mentors in place.